So, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Black Garden and how Black Garden actually just completely obliterates like most decks right now. Just straight up, yeah. So, Malice, it would depend on what the deck lists look like as of currently. So, the only thing that we care about in terms of Malice is do they still play regular Firewall Dragon? So, the thing with Firewall Dragon is it is completely generic, requiring only monsters. Doesn't care about them being tokens, tuners, or anything like that. Just anything can be linked off. Same name, who cares, right? Appaloosa just requires 2+ monsters with different names, if I recall correctly. Doesn't even require effect monsters, I don't think. Unless it says you cannot. Well, I think you cannot use tokens for Appaloosa. I think that's what it says, right? Yeah. So it requires different names, but no tokens, so you can use normal monsters as well. But yeah, a lot of decks as of currently just hard lose to Black Garden. So all you have to do is you somehow need Black Garden, which there are several ways you could get to this. So I mean, for consistency reasons, I guess I'll just go over a few. So basic idea, yeah, we in Ancient Fairy Dragon just to search Black Garden. We also have um, Garden Rose Maiden, which searches Black Garden straight up, name drop right there, from either the deck or graveyard. So if you want to discard this for whatever reason, maybe it's part of your combo, whatever, you could do that at Black Garden, and then you just summon 5 times, and then your opponent's field is completely clogged, and they should not be able to play the game anymore, basically, right? I think there were a few other ways you could search Black Garden, but those are probably the easiest ways. But yeah, so what decks does this beat? Well, let's just go over a few real quick. So Ryzeal can't tribute summon or do anything with these tokens, so legitimately you have no legal actions. Malice, if you can't link these off, you don't play a single like big monster that you could reasonably summon. And even if you did, all it would take is for the controller of Black Garden to special summon one other monster on your turn, and then whatever you tributed genuinely doesn't matter. So yeah, you cooked here. And while we're at it, I'll even throw in Fluandries, which technically loses to this if they don't hard open a big monster that they can tribute summon. Funnily enough, right? So, you know, you can't normal summon Rubina if you don't have any zones to normal summon Rubina too, right? So, yeah, you also lose in that regard. And then, I guess I haven't seen what the Canine cards do, but I do know for a fact that Vanquish Soul can't really do much here about this once again. Well, yeah, you could like normal summon a Caesar Valius or something, right? But you can't really do anything with this Rosin because there's going to be a window where your opponent's going to be able to summon a guy or 2, and then you just can't do anything once again. And let me think about the chain order here. So we have, it'll be normal summon Caesar, and then you'll probably want to link off for Rock. So in this case, you'll have 1 open zone no matter what. Then activate Rock of the Vanquisher effect. If you do it in chain or not in chain, it doesn't matter. You should be able to special summon a guy with Rock. But depending on zone play, is there a way to really mess this up for your opponent? Not really, because they choose which cards to tribute over. Okay. So Vanquish Soul, at least, in play. Kind of, if you consider that playing. So you can summon a Rosin, and then you have Rosin plus Rock to do what with? Not much, really. This will be like a 900 attack Rosin. Okay. really doesn't do much. And then this will search a guy. So usually that guy will be, I guess, Xiaolong, which you can no longer summon. So that doesn't really help. And you can't wipe out the tokens with Rosin, so looks pretty cooked. I mean, you can still technically tag out for like a Caesar or Heavy Burger later, but they don't really do anything per se. I don't think you can even put Rosin back on the field later. So I mean, this is the most playable deck I've seen so far out of the ones I've taken a look at. While we're here, yeah, let's throw in DD. This is kind of being played right now, so I'll call it meta, sure. Okay, can you deal with these tokens? No. You have nothing in your extra deck that you can make. I mean, you normal summon a guy, but, you know, same kind of problem. If on that normal summon I decide I'm gonna just special summon a guy, give you another token, top you off, you know, then there's no, like, guys you can really make here. Well, not if I can special summon two monsters, because you could technically have special summoned, let's say, or no, normal summoned a big guy. So in this case, let's say you normal summon Doom Queen, convert that to Deus Machinax, then you normal summon another guy, make Gilgamesh, which doesn't actually do anything because you have nothing, like no area you could possibly really pendulum summon to. But I mean, yeah, you really don't get anywhere with this. Even less if I can special summon on your turn, of course. So yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Next, let's see what else is being played right now. Mitsurugi. Well, let's read this. You must also tribute reptile monsters from your hand or field. What does this say? Add one Mitsurugi monster. And then this tributes one reptile monster as well to activate. Okay, then what does Ritual do here? Tribute Reptile. Tribute up to 2 reptiles. So you cannot tribute the tokens for Black Garden to do anything with. Okay, and then we have Habakiri effect. Order. Special summon a Mitsurugi monster, then tribute one monster you control. So this is the only thing that could tribute, but you can't special summon, so you can't tribute. So yeah. For some reason, you know, just letting your opponents board with tokens is still viable in current year. So pretty much Ojama locking your opponent with the Ojama tokens, you know, like Ojama Duo Trio. That's pretty viable. In fact, if we just, would it be faster to just go like press UR here and scroll down a little bit? Labyrinth. I mean, you normal summon Lady Lab. That's something. Yeah, that's actually like the strongest play I've seen so far. Normal summon Goblin Biker Gone Wild. What would this do? Nothing, actually. Diabellstar. I don't think you can actually tribute any of the tokens for Diabellstar, because this has to send for cost, and technically they can't be sent to the graveyard. They just cease to exist, right? Tokens. So you shouldn't be able to send token for Diabellstar effect here. So you just normal summon Diabellstar and then do what with it? Nothing, right? Yeah. If it's a tribute like Deception here, you can tribute tokens. So that'd be activatable, I suppose. But it wouldn't really get you that far because, you know, all your zones are clogged. So yeah, I mean, White Forest for sure can't really do anything if we're focusing on the White Forest monsters specifically, because you have nowhere to summon anything, and yeah, it's the same deal pretty much. It's what you would think, except no, they play Chaos Angel, so they can actually just convert all of the tokens into Chaos Angel, funnily enough. So you can convert, it'd be all 5 tokens, right, into a Chaos Angel, and then that just clears up all the zones, which is technically better than what Firewall Dragon does, but yeah. If we're looking at White Forest without Chaos Angel, they can't add it. If they have Chaos Angel, they can add it. Dragon Maid, normal summon one of the big dragons, tag out for the little dragon. That's not really stoppable, but it, I don't think you'll have the zones to do anything with, so probably not too interesting. But yeah, I mean, this is just an effective form of kind of M-board for some reason in current year. And I don't know how long this has been the case, or how long this will be the case, but I mean, for some reason, this card is just pretty viable. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.